Hi everyone, welcome to Impact Academy. Let us continue with the science and technology questions. Last time we have seen till 10th. Let us continue from the 11th question. So consider the following statements regarding biochar. So first let us look at what is biochar. Biochar is defined as a carbon-rich material produced during the pyrolysis process. Okay, not incineration. Incineration is different. Pyrolysis is different. That is a thermochemical decomposition of biomass with a temperature of about 700 degrees, less than 700 degrees, in absence or limited supply of oxygen. So pyrolysis is limited supply of oxygen. Okay, so there won't be any much oxygen, and there is going to be high temperatures of near to 700 degrees centigrade, and there is going to be thermochemical decomposition of biomass. So everything, plant waste, animal waste, all this kitchen waste, everything, that is called biomass. Okay, organic material, and through pyrolysis we can convert it into what is a compost, or a decompose it, or convert it into gases, etc. So both incineration and pyrolysis are forms of combustion in which thermal decomposition of matter takes place. Key difference is incineration and pyrolysis. In incineration, it is a combustion of organic matter in the presence of oxygen, while pyrolysis is in the absence of oxygen. So try to remember this difference. Okay, incineration means high temperatures in the presence of oxygen. Pyrolysis is again combustion in the absence of oxygen. Okay, both are used for decomposing. Okay, thermochemical decomposition of biomass, that is the purpose of this. And so when you burn this, what is left of that material is called the biochar. Okay, the carbon rich material produced during the pyrolysis is called biochar. So biochar is almost 85% carbon, but it can contain oxygen, hydrogen, and inorganic ash. Okay, the heating value of biochar is 25 to 32 megajoules per kg. All these things you don't need to remember, which is substantially higher than that of the parent biomass or its liquid product. So basically, the heating value of the residue, the biochar, is higher than that of the parent biomass. As biomass is carbon neutral, combustion of biochar is considered more environment friendly than coal. Okay, and biochar is characterized by a large pore surface area. Hence, it has a large number of non-fuel uses such as adsorption of chemicals. Okay, absorption. This is not absorption. This is adsorption. So just like if you put in impure water, if you put a piece of alum, okay, it attracts, absorbs. Okay, absorb means it is also one type of absorption only. Basically, it pulls a particular type of material towards itself. Okay, so it absorbs the chemicals and carbon storage in the ground when added back to the soil. Biochar absorbs and retains water and nutrients. Biochar enriches the soil also and prevents it from leaching pesticides and other nutrients into the runoff. Okay, so biochar has a lot of advantages. It enriches the soil also, and it prevents from leaching of the pesticides also. Biochar is also excellent carbon sink. When biomass is charred, it sequesters or stores its carbon content. When biochar is added back to the soil, it can continue to absorb carbon and form large underground stores of sequestered carbon that can lead to negative carbon emissions and healthier soil. So once you put biochar in the soil, it not only stays there, it also attracts the nearby carbon, thereby reducing the leakage of carbon into the atmosphere. Okay, so biochar has a lot of advantages. So it is a carbon enriched biomaterial generated through incineration. So this is wrong. Okay, we have just seen it is a carbon enriched biomaterial generated through pyrolysis. Okay, pyrolysis means absence of oxygen, and incineration is in the presence of oxygen. It enriches the soil and prevents it from leaching pesticides. That is true. It is also an excellent carbon sink and can be used for carbon sequestration. So 2 and 3 are correct. So 11B is the answer. So which of the following greenhouse gases have the highest atmospheric lifetime in years? So regarding the greenhouse gases, we've already seen which are more capable, which are more potent, capable of holding more what you say heat and all those things we have seen, right? We have taken carbon dioxide as a unit, followed by methane, nitrous oxide, and then uh, we've seen what is that? Let us go back quickly. here. Okay, first we have seen carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and sulfur hexafluoride. Okay, that is the order, right? Fine. So in this case, he's talking about atmospheric lifetime. So let us look at what is the atmospheric lifetime of these greenhouse gases. So atmospheric lifetime of a greenhouse gas is the average time it takes for half of the molecules of that gas to be removed from the atmosphere, not full half. In other words, it is the length of time that a greenhouse gas remains in the atmosphere before being removed through natural processes, such as chemical reaction or absorption by the Earth's surface. So the atmospheric lifetime of greenhouse gas is important because it determines how long the gas will continue. And as long as the gas continues, it will contribute to the greenhouse effect. So greenhouse gases with longer atmospheric lifetimes, such as nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbons, will have a more significant impact of climate change. So we will have to devise better methods to remove these first, because they are going to stay in the atmosphere for longer periods of time. So if you take a look at methane, the atmospheric lifetime is 12 years. Okay, global warming potential is 25 times that of carbon dioxide. And we have already seen the sources, natural sources like wetlands, wildfires, termites, human sources such as agriculture, landfills, oil and gas production, also cattle rearing. Okay, animals also produce a lot of methane. So methane is a colorless, odorless, flammable gas. It is a potent greenhouse gas with a global warming potential of about 25 times that of carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is 1. Okay, we are taking that as the base unit, and methane is 25 times, and its atmospheric lifetime is 12 years. So if you don't remember these statistics, that's also fine, but try to remember the trend. Okay, which is more potent, which is less potent. So first comes carbon dioxide, next comes methane, and next comes nitrous oxide. Okay, nitrous oxide atmospheric lifetime is 109 years. Okay, and its potential is 280. Sources also we have seen: soils, oceans, natural. So nitrous means nitrogen, right? So you will have human sources, agriculture, industrial process. Okay, here pesticides, fertilizers, and all those things. It is also a colorless, odorless, and non-flammable gas. See, methane is flammable. That means if you burn a matchstick, it will burn. But nitrous oxide will not burn. It's a potent greenhouse gas with 300 times. Okay. So next comes hydrofluorocarbons. This has 100 years. Atmospheric lifetime is about 100 years and thousands. Okay, it has a huge capacity. Man-made sources mostly refrigeration, air conditioning, foam blowing, and semiconductor manufacturing. They are a group of again colorless, odorless, and again non-flammable gases. They are potent with thousands of times. So that is HFC. Then comes CFC, 50 to 100 years. Okay, again thousands of capacity. Refrigerants, propellants, foam blowing agents. They are also colorless, odorless, non-flammable. They are again potent. Okay, so what we are trying to see is the trends. Okay, methane is low, quite low, 12 years. Then you have HFC 100 years. This is 50 to 100 years, and nitrous oxide is 109 years. Okay, so let us see what is the question. Which of the following greenhouse gases has the highest atmospheric lifetime? This thing. So which of the following has highest? Nitrous oxide. Okay, nitrous oxide has the highest. Okay, out of all these things, try to remember. Methane has the lowest. Nitrous oxide has the highest. Okay, and among HFC, CFC, first CFC. Okay, remember in ABCD, first you get C, right? Then you get H. So remember, when it comes to atmospheric lifetime, C comes first. Okay, CFC comes first. Next comes HFC, and after that comes nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide has higher atmospheric lifetime. So option B is the answer. Carbon trading as a concept was initially introduced under which of the following international agreements or summits? So this is a very important question. So carbon trading began under Kyoto Protocol 1997, which came into force in 2005. So this Kyoto Protocol is, we are talking about greenhouse gases, right? Montreal Protocol is about ozone layer. I mean depletion of ozone. Kyoto Protocol is about carbon trading. So you have to remember all these things. So just observe these things. Montreal Protocol came in the beginning. Okay, remember these dates also, very important. Montreal Protocol 1987, Next, Earth Summit 1992 is also called as the Rio Summit, right? Earth Rio Summit in Brazil. Then came the Kyoto Protocol 1997. And there is one more thing called as the Kigali Agreement. The Kigali Agreement is usually a supplementary to Montreal Protocol. Okay. Montreal Protocol is about ozone layer, and Kyoto is about greenhouse gases. Paris Agreement is about limiting the rise of global warming to less than 2 degrees centigrade or 1.5 degrees centigrade, with that to the pre-industrial levels. Okay, that is Paris Agreement. That we have seen that COP21, COP22. Okay, COP, Conference of Parties. So try to remember the dates also, because you need to know which came first, which came late. Anyway, and carbon trading, we have already seen joint implementation, CDM, and all those, what is this? Three things we have seen, right? So all that comes under Kyoto Protocol. It allows nations which are unable to meet their reduction targets to purchase carbon credits. Paris Agreement also allows voluntary trading between countries to meet the nationally determined contribution goals. Okay, each country will determine how much it wants to reduce carbon emissions. If a country reduces more greenhouse gas emissions than its target, then it can sell the emission reduction to another country. Okay, because as I said already, many countries like India also, we cannot afford to cut down on coal production suddenly, because we have a huge population and huge demand. So we can go and buy this from some other country which is able to do that. So the idea is somewhere at least in the whole earth, greenhouse gases or emissions are being reduced. Okay, so carbon trading is a concept under Kyoto Protocol 1997. Okay, carbon trading and reduction of greenhouse gases, all that comes under Kyoto Protocol. Try to remember. Montreal is ozone, and Paris Agreement is limiting the global temperature. Consider the following statements with respect to Inclusive Conservation Initiative. Okay, so let us look at what is the Inclusive Conservation Initiative. Global Environment Facility, International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. This is also very important. IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, and Global Environment Facility. Also, we have seen it is the funding mechanism for UNFCCC, okay, Minamata Convention, all those things. Around 5 things are okay. So, Conservation International announced the launch of new global initiative to support the leadership of indigenous peoples and local communities in stewarding land, water, and natural resources. So basically, indigenous people means, for example, the tribals, okay, people who are indigenous to that region. So because of this global warming, most of the indigenous people will be affected, because their resources will get, they're living on islands. Okay, their islands, because of global warming, the level of ocean will rise and their islands will get destroyed. Okay, so this global initiative, okay, is mostly for indigenous people and local communities in order to save their land, water, and natural resources. Next, the Inclusive Conservation Initiative. Okay, the Inclusive Conservative Initiative will support enhanced indigenous and community stewardship across 7.5 million hectares of landscapes, seascape, and territories with high biodiversity and irreplaceable ecosystems. Okay, so that is where it will put more efforts, recognizing the continuing historical role of indigenous people and local communities in safeguarding natural ecosystems. Next, this Inclusive Conservation Initiative will provide direct financial support to indigenous and locally led initiatives in Africa, Central and South America, Asia and Pacific. Okay, so this Inclusive Conservation Initiative will mostly focus on indigenous people, and mostly in Africa, Central and South America, Asia and Pacific. It provides site-based investments in 9 sub-projects. Okay, basically prioritizing indigenous and local community to take lead in carrying out inclusive, cultural, appropriate, all these things, and basically the indigenous people trying to protect their land and resources. Establishment of these 9 sub-projects in 12 countries demonstrates there is high demand for these models. Okay, so all this, basically you have to remember this ICI. Okay, this Inclusive Conservative Initiative. Okay, this initiative has been launched by this IUCN and GEF, Global Environment Facility. Already we have seen it's a funding mechanism, and IUCN is a very important what is a player in the conservation of nature. IUCN, you have this IUCN appendixes and all those things. That's also very important. And Conservation International. These three things. So question can be asked. This inclusive conservative initiative is launched by which entities? GEF, IUCN and Conservation International. So let us now look at the question. Consider the following statements with respect to the Inclusive Conservation Initiative ICI. Okay, it is an initiative to support the leadership of indigenous people and local communities in stewarding land, water, and natural resources. This is correct. The main purpose of is this indigenous peoples, what is say, the protection of land, water. It will provide direct financial support to indigenous and locally led initiatives in Africa, Central and South America, Asia, Pacific region. So this is also correct, right? It is a joint initiative of the United Nations and Conservation International. So this is wrong. United Nations is not directly involved. What are involved? This GEF, IUCN, and Conservation International. Okay. So only two are correct. So option B is the right answer. Fine. So let us go to the 15th question. Consider the following pairs with the GI tags. So GI tags are also very important. Let us see. So Udagundi Panankarupatti. Okay. Udangudi Panankarupatti is a palm jaggery or gur from Tamil Nadu and has been given a geographical indication tag. So a lot of products are getting GI tags recently. There are so many things. So whatever are recent, we have to go through. There is also a very separate list in the current affairs session I've done. Okay, so try to go through that also. The palm jaggery preparation procedure in this area is traditional to date without any inclusion of additional modern strategies. Okay, triple superphosphate and phosphoric acid are used in many other areas, but no such chemical additives are used in this particular Udangudi Panangarpatti. Okay. Next, the Karupatti prepared from the palm sap from the region around Udangudi in Tiruchendur Taluk in Thoothukudi district has some uniqueness. This is due to the presence of red sand dune soil found in the region. Just keep in mind, no need to remember all these things. This soil holds less groundwater. The moisture content in the atmosphere is less because of the dry climatic conditions, which leads to high sucrose content, etc. etc. Next, Kamti rice is a variety of sticky rice produced in Namsai district of Arunachal Pradesh. So Arunachal Pradesh, Kamti rice and Namsai district. Also India, the central government is coming up with a Bharat brand of rice, 25 rupees, okay, in order to stabilize the prices in the market. Okay, Bharat brand of rice and Bharat brand of wheat also. And recently black rice, some black rice is also there in the news, just go through. So this Kamti rice is a variety of sticky rice produced in the Namsai district of Arunachal Pradesh. So Tangsa textile is made by the Tangsa tribe of Changlang district in the Arunachal Pradesh and is famous for exotic designs and colors. So Tangsa textile, Tangsa tribe, okay, easy to remember, in Changlang district of Arunachal Pradesh. So basically we have two things from Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, Tangsa textile, Arunachal Pradesh, Kamti rice. And this Udangudi Panankarputtai is from Tamil Nadu. Okay, the first ever yak milk product, Arunachal Pradesh yak churpi, also received a GI tag. So Arunachal Pradesh, this yak churpi, which is made from the yak milk, has also got the GI tag. So there are three things from Arunachal Pradesh: Kamti rice, Tangsa textile, and yak churpi. And this Udangudi Panankarputtai is from Tamil Nadu. Now let us look at what is the question. Is asking match. So Udangudi Panankarpatti is not from Karnataka. This is from Tamil Nadu. Tangsa textile is from Arunachal Pradesh, not Sikkim. Okay, Tangsa textile is from Tangsa tribe, Changlang district in Arunachal Pradesh. So this is also wrong. Kamti rice is from Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so there are three things that are from Arunachal Pradesh. One is Kamti rice, Tangsa textile, and yak charpi. And Udangudi Panangarpatti is from Tamil Nadu. So in this particular stage, you can say only one is matched. So 15, A is the answer. Okay, we will continue with 5 more questions in the next session. Thank you.